welcome to Into the Shadows of Dreams. I am Journey Ryan. The show wouldn't be the show without Kay, the intuitive empath.
No.
All right. A great show in store for you guys. Guys, do know this is the season finale of the Dream Show, but we still have plenty of shows that you guys can be watching on top of that. So, guys, if you have a dream, now's the time to get it in before we go on a little hiatus before the show comes back in about I think it's 6 weeks. It'll be 6 weeks and then the show comes back. Could be 8. I have to look at the schedule, but I do believe it's.
I feel like it may be a little longer than 6 because you got to go on break too.
Oh, that's right. I go on break too. Yeah,
you took a break around here.
It's gonna be a minute. So yeah, I just thank you for remembering. That's why I said I had to look at the schedule. I had to look at that damn schedule. So, guys, welcome to the Dream Show. If you guys haven't been here before, what you do, if you have any questions about any of the dreams that you have, you want some knowledge as to what does this dream even mean? I'm so confused. We're gonna dive deep into those dreams and get you guys the opportunity to figure out what it is that you guys needed to see in these dreams and what they mean to you and how they reflect on your life. Because remember, it is our subconscious telling us messages as to what we're not telling ourselves, what we're not revealing to ourselves. So guys, make sure that when you guys tell a dream, make sure that you guys are giving us details, even if you don't feel like the details mean anything. Sometimes those details mean everything, and other parts of the dream can just be things. They could be fillers, things of that nature, but there's always a reason for certain things being in there. There's subliminal messaging. I mean, I really feel like it's like an infomercial trying to tell us to buy something when we're dreaming. Subliminal messaging, because dreams are not direct. It's the way our mind comprehends them and produces that. So I am in my nice little warm my little sweats that I got going on here.
Got my cozy kimono.
Your beautiful kimono. It's only 46 degrees outside. So, this is the perfect.
It's like 70 out here. It's so hot.
It's not here.
We also are having a tornado watch, so a little bit of both.
Awesome. So the cold weather from my state is a fact. Your state is playing games with us. So guys, let's share us out far and wide as we can. Let's try to get to as many places as we can. Guys, let's go ahead and put those dreams out. I'm looking forward to talking to all of you. And I do know that I had a couple people talk to me about dreams since they started seeing the show about dreams, and they're like, "Oh, I bought a dream book," and da-da-da-da-da. And it said this, but that doesn't resonate with me. When certain things are put in these books, they're giving you an idea or a direction in which that specific, like, let's say you saw a raven, a messenger. What kind of messenger? Is it a messenger? How do you see ravens? What do you think when you see a raven? There's a lot of things that go along with it. It's not just one thing, because one thing may mean one thing for me, but for you, it doesn't mean the same thing. So depending on how this dream goes. Okay, so I was looking at the group and got thrown off by what someone had mentioned. But I definitely feel like things are, there's a message between all the things that you receive in there, even if it's as small as I was standing up, sitting down, it was raining outside, I was inside, outside. You brought up some really cool information about how the difference between the way women dream and the way men dream. How older people dream. They dream more about things that are from the past. And the thing is that everything just looks different to how you see it, how I see it, or how we dream it, because of, we're talking about menopause, we were talking about age, we were talking about the different
gender, being able to be blind and the way you dream. There's so many different. We all dream a little differently. There's
We do,
something for all of us. So it's really interesting because you can actually learn a lot more about someone through a dream than I feel like in any other way. They're not hiding themselves.
because the dream doesn't hide from you. The dream, your mind will tell you the truth whether you want to hear it or not. So, but we've got a lot going on here. We're going to get to those beautiful questions and dreams out there. So, you guys have any questions about dreams? We'll try to answer those for you. If you have any dreams that you would like to talk about that you've had, please put those out on the table so we can figure out what we can do to help you and get you to interpret that dream. So, it's one of those dreams that you'll understand. And those of you who don't dream or say you don't dream, you do, but you get the message behind them. So you don't remember what the dream is. All right, sorry, I'm getting the hiccups and I'm trying to hold them in. I'm like pausing every 5
I had the hiccups
seconds.
right before we started. I like chugged the water.
I'm about to. I got it sitting right here. I keep looking at it like, I'm going to give this in a second. So, all right, without further ado, we're going to jump into some of these dreams. So let's go ahead and, guys, do remember dreams are the questions that we're asking tonight. So if you guys would like a tarot reading or something to that, you can go over to mypsychicconnection.com, or you can check out our show tomorrow night at 10 p.m. with Cassidy the Card Slinger. But for now, we're going to head into those dreams. Oh, and there's Cassidy. Cassidy's like, hello. Hello. All right. So we're going to get started, and Kay is going to start us off with tonight's first dream. Let's find out. Oh,
Am I?
That's,
Seems like you want to do the first dream. Cassie said, "Oh,
you
hey."
saw that wrong. You saw that wrong. All right, MJ.
MG says, "Hi, back friends. Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello, hello, all our friends." All right,
So
let's go ahead and take our first dream. Emma says, "Hello, guys. I had a dream where the time turned back to the early 2010s. Meanwhile, I was still the same age I am now currently in the dream. I was walking through a huge mall with more than one floor, and I was with this extremely good-looking guy my age with shiny blonde hair and icy sapphire blue eyes and a baby face. Somehow, though, he seemed familiar to me, but didn't at the same time." I got to take notes while I read through because familiar face, that stuck out to me. Okay. Emma says, "We're walking through the mall. It's Christmas time as well in the dream, the week after Thanksgiving to be exact." Okay. I'm taking notes. As we came across the Hollister store, we smelled the cologne outside of the store. We automatically went inside the Hollister store, and the store was pretty dim, as usual for a Hollister store back in the day. The music was going, and we were greeted by this one store clerk. She had a medium skin tone, blue hazel eyes, pearly white teeth, long black eyelashes, about 5'7", slender, had braces on her teeth, had chestnut colored hair, and was chewing a white piece of gum. She looked at the guy I was with in a dream, and I said in a chill tone, "Hey, what's up? Welcome to Hollister," as she was folding a pink sweater. This guy and I proceeded to walk through the store and found a really pretty red knit cotton sweater with a bow in the back, and I fell in love with it. The guy in the dream told me to go try it on, but then all of a sudden I saw a tattoo station being set up near the register, and I was also in front of where the Ocean Live Scream was. Ocean Live Scream? Okay. The tattoo artist was a girl with chocolate brown hair, blue eyes, tan skin, tall, really slender, had her hair in a ponytail, and she even said she was the store clerk's older cousin. A tattoo artisan said to me, "Hey, I've seen you around Hollister a lot, and I'm a really good tattoo artist and was wondering if you would want a couple of free tattoos." Somehow she knew my first name as well. As I sit on the chair next to her and I tell her to tattoo a pink ombre Hollister logo on the left bottom part of my back, along with a blue ombre Hollister logo. But I wanted the blue Hollister logo to be smaller than the pink ombre Hollister logo. She said that would be totally red. I get comfortable in the chair, extremely excited about getting my tattoo done. She set up her tools, and the moment she is about ready to start tattooing on me, I automatically woke up completely confused. Also, the mall was in Los Angeles, California. Gotcha. All right. So I took down some notes of the things that stuck out to me in that dream. So the first thing was the familiar face that you didn't know, but you did know. So that tells me that there was some things that you were trying to find commonality in this dream. Also, you went to the 2010s where evidently there's some sense of comfort, or there's something there that is a space where you have, I almost want to say, um, maybe more better memories, or a collective memory where you were able to kind of have that escapism. As per your typical dreams, you were out, you were with people who you found to be attractive. You had that accompaniment of that male as well. You were trying on things of the red and the pink, which are typically, right, we're going to our heart and our root chakra. Emma says, sure, that's true. So there's things here where, you're wanting to find that sense of comfortability. You were even noticed as a familiar face in the Hollister store, so much that the cousin was like, hey, let me go and tattoo you for free because you're here so often. But I hear the polarity in a lot of the things that you were wanting: the blue and the ombre, the red and the pink, all of these polarity colors that you have that are kind of playing into this, which to me tells me that there may have been a sense of you needing to try to find balance in some things that were going on in your life. Also, a lack of maybe there, it's like wanting to be received a certain way, and also a lack of being received a certain way, because when you went to the store, you weren't greeted the way that you were supposed to be greeted. And then whenever you went in and you talked to the cousin, all of a sudden she was very welcoming. A huge part of you is wanting to have that sense of acceptance, also to be seen a certain way. With Hollister, when we noticed those brands from back in those days, like the Hollister, the Abercrombie, all of those things, they had a certain particular look. And that's also a thing that I know that you strive for, right? To have a look, to be seen a certain way, to have that sense of acceptance, to be noticed, that high fashionista lifestyle, things of that nature. All of those are kind of fitting into part your style, who you are, and also part your comfort level. Noticing the sense of the holiday really stands out to me, because holidays typically bring what? Family. Family typically brings what? Stress. So you went to a place that was kind of taking you away from all of that, where you could again escape. And then you have the tattoo artist. When typically we get tattoo artists, right? We also are having this thing of, we're trying to do some sort of ink therapy, right? So again, you woke up before you could get to that part of the rest of the dream. So it's really, really interesting how you woke up towards that part as soon as you were about to get that tattoo done. All right. So also she said, oh, Emma says, and I'm wearing a Hollister hoodie right now as we speak too. I think here with a lot of this dream, I think it's you trying to get your place of acceptance, you surrounding yourselves with things that make you feel good, look good, smell good. Also, there's just, and again, you seem to have a sense of like needing to detach yourself away from wherever you had more of a struggle, because the fact that you don't remember anything that happened during the holiday, you just know it was after the holiday. You don't mention anybody else being in the store. So this is almost a secluded experience where it's just you, two other sales clerks, a tattoo artist who are in there. So it's almost this personal experience where you're able to be in your comfort zone, your space, safe space, and the way you spoke up for yourself when you went in too. Because again, it wasn't the store clerk who said something to you. You said something to the store clerk, like, "Hello, I'm here. You can't ignore me." So I find that there's a lot of kind of just interesting polarities between this dream and some of your other ones, in which that need of acceptance, that getting away, breaking away, being in a different state, and also surrounding yourself by the things that make you feel more empowered and you to feel better. All right, now I'll pass it over to Journey.
All right. So I have to agree with a lot of things that Kay has already said, and I'll probably say them in my own way, like a repeat. But the thing is, like right off the bat, when you went right into an era where you felt powerful, comfortable with who you were, but also at the same time discovering who you were. So to me, this is a dream because you are who you are at this age, but it was back in that time frame. So to me, this is a showing me you rediscovering who you are yet again. So that seems to be something that is popping up for you. She says, "Do you think Shiny Boy was back just wondering?" I'm not sure what that means. Um, did you say something about Shiny Boy?
No, she's talking about Shiny Boy from last week.
Ow! Okay. So I knew that was part of what she was trying to talk to you about. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm lost there. All right. Um, so when we got to, you were the same age, you're looking back at a time where you felt secure in yourself, but at the same time you were searching for yourself. So you wanted to stay in that positive mindset, that feeling young. Um, but at the same time, at those types of ages, you are trying to discover who you are, what it is that you want, and then you are. I know that we talk about a tattoo a little bit later on, but the tattoo thing really stood out for me. How you want it to be a specific way. You wanted the pink one to be bigger than the blue one. Then the pink one is that there's a representation about the feminine and the masculine there.
Mm.
So we'll get into that here in just a moment. So she says, the extremely good looking guy. Notice something about the dreams, the similarities that is you are never alone when it comes, you always have someone by your side. So, you know, acceptance of a relationship, wanting things to work out in a relationship, that plays a big part. It plays a big role. You are, always wanting to sport this guy with you, but there's something that the messages are telling you in these dreams is that you don't have to be with somebody to be who you are. You can do this as an individual. And I feel like you lose that in translation as you're in your waking life, thinking that always someone has to be there for you. You don't. You have to remind yourself that you can be there for yourself, which in the dream you do later on when speaking up for yourself. Now, she says, we were walking through the mall. It was around Christmas time. There goes the family element right there. Kay had just mentioned that too. We came across the Hollister store. We smelt the cologne outside of the store. Now, you said it was the week after Thanksgiving. What do you associate Thanksgiving with? You smell all the different foods, the stressfulness of the kitchen, impressing the family, so you're right after that, but yet before another group of holidays. You got Christmas and Yule and Hanukkah and a whole bunch of other ones that are involved there. I could keep going on with that list. But the thing about it is that you knew it was a time of gathering, a time of bringing people in, trying to get that family oriented setting. So this is going to take me when we go into the store because that played a part as well. And this is why it makes sense to me. So she says we automatically went inside the store, was dim as those stores would be. So you're seeing it as you remember it. So this comes from a memory. Now, the music was going and we were greeted by this one store clerk. You said you were greeted, but yet you weren't. You greeted them and you talk about who she is, and the thing is that she's chewing a piece of gum. This chewing of the gum is diminishing who the person is. It's kind of like, oh well, I don't really care. I'm just here. That's the attitude in which that's presenting. So the the person's just there. They're about themselves. Now pay attention to this girl because this girl is your mother. Because she is the complete opposite of the girl that does the tattoos, who's willing, free, giving, caring, willing to give you something that you've wanted. So that's the representation. You're free, fun, want to do things, living on the edge. Your mother doesn't care. She's about herself. And she put laugh out loud. Lots of happy, laughing faces. But the thing about it is that it's so true of how different those two girls were compared to how different you and your mother are. So those play a big role, as the mother should have been, or the store clerk should have been like, hey, welcome to Hollister. You said it instead. She didn't give you recognition. You gave her recognition. And she didn't care. She continued to fold her sweater like, whatever. So again, this is something Kay had mentioned, needing to get that recognition. Because she didn't provide it for you, you provided it for yourself. You guys continue to walk through the store to find things that you love, things that you care about, because you're looking for that love. So there is a missing in love there for you. This is why you also find yourself in dreams where you also have a male companion, needing that love that you didn't get. This is part of PTSD. This is something that talking to a therapist might help you out a little bit, but it's also letting you know that even though you may not feel the love from her or other people, there are people out there that do love you, because even in the dream is showing you are loved, but you are not recognizing it because there is love from certain people that you would love to have, but you are not receiving. So that is playing a big role in what's going on here. So you find some things that you like. That's just you bringing joy and happiness to yourself. Again, because you are finding it. She says, the guy I was in the dream with told me to try it on, but then all of a sudden I saw a tattoo station being set up near the register. Okay, so you are the tattoo artist, just so you know, and you're willing to do something for free. You talk about your talent and that you're good, and you're wanting someone else to recognize that talent. The person you're telling that to is yourself. See, you are playing yourself in your dream, but you're also subliminally being the person who is the tattoo artist, the artist. What is an actor? They're an artist. What is a singer? They are an artist. This is their art. This is what they're good at. She goes, that was so unexpected, laugh out loud. I actually was looking into a therapist too. Good, good. Therapy is amazing. Even if it's not with a licensed therapist, if it's a spiritual mentor, your priest, your preacher, your rabbi, whatever your practice is in spirituality, you can even talk to them. All right. So as we're diving deeper into the dream, you're being offered, you know, these tattoos. You know exactly how you want them, the way you want them. This is the structure you're trying to create in your life, but it's also producing the female, the feminine and masculine. You're seeing the feminine energy to be stronger than the masculine energy, but you want the masculine energy to be there. Again, another symbolism as to loving yourself, knowing that you can do this on your own, but yet you're not allowing yourself to see it, and wanting to represent it with a blue one because they couldn't be alone. You did not want them to be alone. And then putting that behind you, like, I don't want anybody to see this. I want it, but I don't want people to see it. So that plays a big part because it is not in an area where everybody would know that. You know, you're okay to love yourself. You're okay to do things by yourself. It is perfectly fine. Um, she said that would be totally rad. I get comfortable in the chair, extremely excited, about to get my tattoo done. She sets it up. She sets up her tools, and at the moment she is about ready to start tattooing, I automatically wake up completely confused. So It's funny how you wake up in the moment where you're about to get what you want and then it goes away. That was not by coincidence. As you are trying to go through your life to get what you're wanting, whether that be singing, acting, being on TV, whatever the case may be. It feels like you get so close and then you fall back a few pegs and you're confused as to why. So that didn't happen by accident. That was meant in the way that it was supposed to. It's a wake up call to start recognizing the things and the people around you and how you're being treated in your everyday life. Make sure that you are not putting yourself in the hands of someone who is not going to be there for you. Because when you do that, you find yourself in disappointment. As in the same way in the dream, you almost got what you wanted and then it was taken away by waking up. Now, had you not woke up, something else would have woke you up. Something would have happened in order for you not to get exactly what it was that you wanted. Now, I find you in your happy place when it comes to this dream because it was the early 2000s or 2010s. But I'm going to tell you right now, you can find happiness now because you are the same age you are today in a dream that took place years ago. So you're trying to find happiness in the things that you once had. So, and of all places, Los Angeles, where movies, songs, all things recorded, it goes right along with everything that you've been going through and everything that you've been wanting. And the place where you want to be. New York's another good place, but when you say, oh, we're going to film a movie, the first place you think, California. You're going to think LA because that's where the movie stars are at. She says it reminds me of the time where I made it to the International Modeling and Talent Association, and my mother refused to pay for my ticket to go to the event. Right, almost there, take it away. And the other clerk, being your mom, not giving you the recognition that you deserved, in the same way she did not give you the recognition when it came to getting you to the event. So again, getting so close and then having taken away. This is a time for you to take full control over your life and stop letting others dictate what you're going to do. Whether you have their approval, whether you are doing things that they don't like, this is your life. You're going to live it the way that you want it. Do not fall in line with what everybody else wants you to do. It's not going to suit you. It's not going to, do what a lot of my family was in construction and things like that. They thought I was gonna do that too. I didn't. I took a totally different path. I went into spiritualism. I was a bartender. I traveled all over the United States. There was a lot of things that I did that was really cool. I joined a company where I was opening bars all across the nation, and I had an amazing time doing it. I met so many cool people, and it was a great experience. Even though what my family did, that my family's had multiple businesses. There's crabbing, there's shrimping, construction. There was a lot of different businesses my family's still in to this day that I didn't associate with. I did my part. I did the shrimping. I did the crab traps. I did, construction. I did it just because that was part of what I was doing. But I also worked on computers. I built websites. I did all these different things throughout my life because I wanted to live my path. They got their chance to live theirs. Let me live mine. My parents and my family support me like crazy. They love what I did. They love that I did something different than what the typical job or way of making money was. Yes, my family's spiritual. Yes, they do readings. Yes, they are psychic, but they also have their day jobs. And they usually only read for family and friends. They wouldn't read for anybody they didn't know. I, on the other hand, took it another step further and started reading for people outside of friendship and outside of family because I had the capability of doing it. So you have the capability of living your life the way you want to. So go ahead and take that direction and take charge of your life and go the way that you want to go rather than the way everybody else wants you to. Emma, thank you so much for that dream. We appreciate it, honey. And I hope that she goes, I hope that doesn't come from a family of psychics. I'm the odd one out, laugh out loud. Hey, we're all individuals. We're allowed to.
Yeah. We all got a little something to bring to the table. If we were all the same, it'd be boring.
Cassidy says, wow, that's so interesting. MG, wow. Yeah, it's like there's a lot that comes from your dreams. Emma says, yes, and thank you. So much comes from our dreams.
Yeah, a lot.
Remember, you know, but that was more of a take charge, take control of your life dream. That's what I was really getting from it because there were so many elements, but yet everything wanted to circle back to her.
She's got so many, like, they're repetitive dreams, though they're different things that are happening. They're the same dreams again and again. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say until she faces that family conflict and also that inner conflict of confidence and self acceptance, you're going to continue to have these dreams.
Right. 100%. Going to continue to keep having these dreams. You're going to keep feeling the way that you're feeling until you change that perspective of your life, that aspect of your life. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take the next one because I am on it. All right. Allison. Oh, this one is just a question. So I'll be bringing my friend back for that.
I'm back.
All right. Allison says, what is the meaning behind dreams of snakes? I have had
Oh,
dreams about snakes a lot. Well, depends on what the dream is about because snakes have multiple meanings.
yeah. Snakes can be deception of other people. Snakes can oftentimes be a fear based
Mm-hmm.
dream. So would definitely depend on what's happening with these snakes. What kind of snakes? Where are the snakes at?
Snakes sometimes are they a was it a venomous snake? The poisons that are in your life. Who were they associated with? Are they in a familiar place, unfamiliar place? Yeah, we had somebody talk about a dream where the snake was cut in half and then became two
Yeah.
small, and it
Yeah,
was
I
about
remember that.
the toxicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about the toxicity of other people in their life. So it was really interesting. All right, good question, Allison. All right, let's keep. We got more dreams on the queue here, so let's go ahead and take you off the screen. It's my turn. All right. Randy says I had a dream that my fiance was cheating on me with two females. They were both with him in a room together. They seemed to not care that I seen, and he was so unbothered that I caught him. He was annoyed that I was upset. Ooh. Okay, so not knowing a lot about this dream that's happening here when it comes to um, did you catch them in your bedroom? Did you catch them in a hotel? Was it your living room? Where was the setting? Um, what were you feeling? Because you said you were upset, but he was annoyed with it. Things that seem to bother you don't seem to bother him is more about what I'm getting from this dream. It's not the fact that your was it your ex or your fiance, it's not the fact of cheating, it's the fact that there are certain things that he does that you seem to get annoyed by and he doesn't understand and then gets upset at you for being upset. This is more to me about learning how to control those parts of your emotions, maybe thinking things through a little bit more. If I had more to the dream, I could dive a little bit deeper. But there's also fear here. So it's not just about the cheating, it's about the fear that you could lose them or they're not interested in you. This is reflection of self doubts within you. So you losing that the that your fiance is losing interest in me. That's a fear that you're going to bed with. The cheating is, you know, destructive, and that's what's going to take you away because you don't feel like they want to be with you. There is a lot going on there. There's a lot of things that don't look good. They're not positive, and it's causing you to have self doubt. But at the same time, there are things going on where you're trying to express something, they're not reciprocating what you're saying, and it's causing you to feel annoyed because you're getting upset, but they don't seem to be bothered with it. But yet they're getting upset with you because you're getting upset with things that they're doing when the only thing you're trying to do is express how you're feeling. But you're also not receiving what they're feeling. As you noticed in the dream, they were unbothered. So you're also not getting the emotional energy from the fiance. So you're feeling left out of emotions. You're not feeling like you're getting what you're wanting out of this. And that because you're not receiving it, well, somebody else is. That's not how the fiance energy is, but it is how it's reflecting to you. And you are trying to process that. But I'm not going to hog it all. I'm going to put it up into Kay. She's probably over there like, shut the hell up.
No, you're fine. You're fine. All right, let's see that dream again.
All right, yes.
All right. Okay, so one thing that stands out to me is not just one, but it's two females. I guarantee if you took a little bit of time to dive a little bit deeper in these females, their faces probably would be familiar. Not because this is someone who your fiance was necessarily cheating with, but there's a mirror in some sort of way. This is why he was so unbothered by this. This is why there was no surprise to any of this. I think the thing here with you is there's definitely a lot of lack of confidence in the relationship and also a lack of control in the relationship. Considering you're able to walk into this place and he's just doing whatever with no care, with no thought about how you might feel. And then he's upset at your annoyance as if you're supposed to be okay or you're supposed to concede to whatever he has going on. So that shows like a lack of power, feeling like you're not getting that sense of fulfillment in the relationship. I would stand to say that there's probably things, and it doesn't necessarily have to be with, is this person being faithful? It could be in the way that they're treating you. It could be in the way that they, aren't picking up around the house but expect you to. It could be any of those things that could be triggering those kind of dreams. But again, those are fear-based dreams, anxiety-based dreams, and most certainly one of lack of feeling accepted in the partnership. So I would say the way to stop that kind of dream to happen is to most certainly take a more reflective look into the relationship, also changing some of your habits that you may have going on. Two, are you guys having tense conversations before bed? Are you guys having more loving, spending time, doing things together? Is there a lot of time that's separated or together? I think a lot of these things are huge reflections in this dream that are kind of coming out. But I guarantee, I'm telling you, if you really looked at those females, I don't think that they would be anyone who you actually didn't know if you took time to take apart what they were doing, how they were acting, what they looked like, all these things, tearing them apart. I feel like there's a lot of reflectiveness in here. Twos are very mirroring in a sense, and can in times indicate things that indicating that you're actually supposed to be where you are at in that moment. So you were meant to be in that room, even though you felt displaced in it. Were things you were meant to be seeing. It was calling awareness to you. To have a discomfort in a space that's your own, especially a bedroom, I would say there's probably uncertainty or feeling that sense of rejection in some sort of way from your spouse. So I would say definitely look at the things in your relationship that are going on or were going on towards that time and see if there's some things that can't be changed, some awareness that can't be seen. And I hope that helps, son.
All right. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Very
And
collective.
not speaking, not verbalizing what it is that they were saying, or you know, being bothered by the fact that someone else was unbothered by something that they did, but yet you had such a passion for it.
Hmm.
So also the reason for that sexual act is passion.
Yes. One thing. So there's a lot of in that dream. There seems to be a desire to be seen,
Yes.
right? Because
Noticed.
you're walking in and you're the only one there who's not fitting in,
Mm-hmm.
but it's her house.
Exactly. Love dreams. They just give us so much. And Allison was talking about the snake. She said it was long ago. I really can't remember. One time I remember being in a pit surrounded by snakes.
I'm surrounded by things.
Things that scare you, things that fear. There was a lot of anxiety at that time.
You have to be cautious whenever you're around a pit of snakes. You can't make certain moves. So you may have
Mm-hmm.
been feeling trapped in your life at that time.
Throat chakra.
Mm. Mm.
That throat chakra. I highly
Oh
suggest
boy.
you can remember. Try to see if you can't remember it throughout time. I know sometimes it takes a while to try to remember, and then there are times where you just can't remember at all.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump on to our next. Uh, it's MG. MG says I spent the night at a neat family home. I have incredible astral travel dreams. Great. Other than that, I don't have great dreams. Why? And thank you.
Curious what you mean by great dreams. What does great dreams mean to you? Like positive things?
Hmm. And then the fact that it goes from one extreme to another, there is no middle ground.
Hmm.
So it goes from either having extremely exciting, happy, fun dreams to everything. This seems a lot about you are not phased with things going on in your waking life, but in your dream state, you process those things. So I kind
I feel like you got to be an empath. You're over here traveling all over the place to everybody else's dreams and things like that, but you're not able to enjoy your own dreams. What are you taking in? You can have a beautiful house. You may have a beautiful house and have all the wonderful luxuries, but are you actually happy on the inside? Are you taking care of everybody else?
facts,
Hmm.
facts, and the fact that she's that empath energy, she's ignoring her energy and accepting everybody else's as this is great, but ignoring hers, which causes those negative dreams where she's not that dealing with the emotions throughout her waking life. So at nighttime,
Mhm.
she's processing them and they're coming through as nightmares
Mm.
because she doesn't like to feel her stuff. She wants to help everybody else.
Everybody else traveling everywhere else, doing everything else. That's
When you are an empath, it is a part of who you are to want to nurture other people. But at the same time, there's got to be a lot of water in your chart. I want to say she's a water sign of some
so
kind.
curious. I know. I'm like,
I want to say somewhere like Cancer, Pisces. You know, that's what I was picking up right off the bat. Those are the two that really were ringing a bell, especially with those types of wanting to nurture and give
mm,
to everybody else, but yet fail to remember that if you aren't helping yourself, you're no good to anybody else.
yeah,
And they're natural born empaths immediately. Like
they are.
Cancer, one of the biggest empaths because controlled by the moon. They deal with all the different emotions. It's a big deal.
Ah!
I knew, I knew it. She says astral travel dreams take place at my apartment after I spent the night at their home. These friends' house. I sleep deeply and a Cancer girl. That's the empath energy. That's that
Mm-hmm.
empath energy that I see that
Yep.
happens with you.
Yep.
Wow.
MG says thank you. You're so welcome. Yeah, that made sense. You're traveling everywhere else. You're not. Yep.
That's that nurturing energy that I was seeing with that is that she wants to take care of everybody else, but when it comes to herself, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be a part of that. Like, I don't want
Well,
that.
see, this is also where sleep hygiene comes into play. Because you're needing to make sure you're taking care of yourself before you go to bed, just like you brush your teeth and you take your shower every day.
Mm.
Well, turning off your devices, taking time to sit and reflect with yourself, listening to that calming meditation music, things of that nature, giving yourself a healthy sleep routine, which is literally called sleep hygiene. MG sending lots of loves and cares.
Yes, we
um,
love that.
but having that healthy sleep hygiene will also help you as an empath stay grounded. That's the most important part.
And she put, wow, I'm caring for those friends. Exactly. You're taking care of them. That's why you feel so, you can sleep so deeply. And so she says, thank you. You've got, you're getting what you want. But again, what are you neglecting when you're doing that? What are you neglecting? Are you neglecting yourself? Are you neglecting your home? Are you neglecting family? There's going to be a part of you that's you're neglecting. And
Mm,
by doing these things, sometimes I'll get to it later. Well,
mm,
whether you want later to come or not, it does come and it will meet you at a time where you are not ready for it. So in your dreams, you are processing that, and that's why you're like, "Oh, I have good dreams, but then I have these bad dreams," and I'm like, because it's things you're not willing to deal with. Confrontation. Every time you have confrontation, your dreams are shit. She says, "True. Thank you for the revelation." But you're, every time conflict happens, every time, like, let's say something happens that you were not expecting and it's plaguing your mind, the dreams are not gonna they're not gonna balance out because you're trying to process whatever it is that's going on in your life. Since you don't do it in your waking life, you're gonna do it in your dream state. And she put laugh out loud true. Or since Cassidy's here, I'll say lol.
lol.
I love it when they do that. Her and Energy both. They lol. All right. Well, whose turn is it now?
I don't know. We both took turns the last 2 times together.
Well, those were more like questions, so I took them to
We're like,
make it both.
doing it together.
And he says, incredible. It's like you know me. Your dreams don't lie to you. And here's something about dreams that people don't realize that we recognize. We don't usually, we don't want to change anything about anybody's dream, but a dream will have a direction and someone will try to add something to the dream that doesn't belong.
Mm,
We will see what doesn't belong and we'll know what does belong. But the thing about it is what you try to add to it gives us another perspective of what you're going through and how you want to be seen. So it doesn't ruin the dream because the dream tells its truth. But what you add to it shows us exactly what you're missing or what you're reflecting on in your life.
mm-hmm.
So it gives us that it's like an added bonus to it's almost like having confirmation as to what we already see in the dream. But what you don't realize is that there's a certain meaning in that dream that means the exact same thing. You just repeated it. You just didn't recognize that's what it meant when you added something to the dream. So it's still there. So it doesn't make that part of the dream any less true. It just makes it reconfirm what we're already getting. So it's like, well, they don't see that is what this is, but yes, that's what it is. We
What
give
and
it.
what you're calling out more in your dream too, we that tells us a lot too. What you stand out
Yeah,
and you remember, because then there's things where people go, I don't remember ever having a conversation. You probably did, you just
yeah.
don't remember it.
MG put, wow, yes. their dreams are so um you put yourself in a vulnerable place when you are
Mhm.
a dream interpretation, or a dream read, or a dream understanding, however you want to call it. um because we get to know the inner you,
Mhm.
because your inner you is not going to lie to you. It's the only thing in the world that will not lie to you. You can say, oh, your grandma won't. Well, didn't your grandma tell you that the Easter bunny was coming? Didn't your grandpa tell you that Santa Claus is coming to town? Didn't y'all bake cookies? Didn't y'all, so there are those little hidden, like, grandma will be nice. She won't tell me exactly what I need to know, but yourself will. That doesn't mean you'll listen to yourself, but yourself will always tell you the truth. That's why we tell people who are learning how to do tarot, dream interpretation, becoming an empath, don't lie to yourself, because you
Mhm.
will know. Trust what you're getting. Don't trust what everyone's telling you. Trust what you are getting, because what you are getting is your truth, not their truth, not their perspective, yours. That's what makes us individuals. And sometimes we agree with another person by what we feel like. Oh my God, I'm passionate about this. I totally agree with you. This dream show came about because one day Kay and I were sitting there talking, and someone asked us a dream question, and she was like, and I was like, oh yeah, and poof, the dream show came about because both of us read so similar to reading dreams that we were like, wow, I've never met somebody else that can do this.
Let's
So
do this.
it was beautiful. It was definitely a match made in heaven. It was a match made in heaven for that one. All right, so we do have one more. Here we go.
We have to just do it together.
Let's just do it together. This is the season finale, guys. All right. Alice says, I've had many dreams about my ex-husband since we got divorced 14 years ago. I have a lot of anger still towards him. I would like to know why you think I still have the odd dreams of him and the home we lived in. I have an idea, but I would like your opinion first, please, and thank you. All right. So, right off the bat, MZ says, do either of you write columns and papers? Actually, we do write. We had a magazine. Actually, we were part of a magazine, Life 9 magazine. Um, we do. We write a lot. If you could see the notes that her and I take, we could
It's
fill
a
many
lot.
papers. I always keep index cards right beside me.
Oh yeah, and me, I'm a sticky note girl. I like my sticky note.
You got sticky notes. I've got tablets. I keep tablets by me and write on in them. I have more of these, more of these. But yeah, we do a lot of writing. So with Allison, what you were talking about, let me put it back on the screen so you can re-see it. Said she had many dreams about the ex-husband. So there are many things about the ex-husband from what I'm getting here when it came to
Mhm.
the verse that you didn't say. Many things that you would have liked to have said. That still caused anger. Like, I didn't say it because I was trying to, you know, be the bigger person. But who were you being the bigger person for? Were you being the bigger person for yourself, or were you holding back because you didn't want to hurt their feelings? So this also telling me that there's still love there.
Yeah.
Even though
Yep.
you may be angry, there's still a love for this person there. And it bothers you to your core that there's still a love there for for him. Now, being in the house in which you guys were together in, there's definitely a love for that home. It's not something that you wanted to give up. There's a lot that you didn't speak on. There's a lot that you didn't give yourself, and in a way that you're trying to see it, you're trying to allow yourself to process that and let it go, but you're having such a hard time letting it go. This is why you're not understanding these dreams. But with that being the ex, there are certain people in your life that are reminding you of your ex, where you get these dreams as well. You see how your ex acted in other people when you want to speak up and say something against somebody, like, oh, what a freaking liar. Because what did he do? He lied to you all the time. He misled you all the time. He made you feel less than. And that's what this person may have been doing in those times of these dreams. So allow yourself to be open to it. Allow yourself to be understanding. Allow yourself to write it down on a piece of paper, everything you wish you had said to him. Put it in a journal, write it down on a piece of paper, and then burn it to let it go. There are different ways to be able to get what you wanted to say out and allow yourself to feel better. Even if that's speaking it to a therapist, allowing yourself to speak to a spiritual practitioner, like I said, your preacher, your rabbi, whomever, just get it out of your system, because there was so much that you didn't say. But on top of what you didn't say, I need you to write to yourself the reasons why you loved him and why you still have love for him, even though that's not something you want to admit to yourself. You need to get it out of your system just as much as you need to release the things that you didn't say to him in the negative way. All right, Kay.
I agree, 1000%. Unresolved emotions. Hello, all up and through this. 14 years ago, and we're going back to the house, honey. There's things that you need to say, you need to grieve, you need to get up off your chest. Write it down, burn it, say it to him, send him a message. Don't say it to him. Whatever you need to do, I would get that out, because that will eat at you. Then you're going back to the home, where there was that sense of comfort. There was that sense of stability. Allison says, no love towards him at all. I really loved and missed the home. He might still love me. He was abusive mentally and emotionally. Okay, let's dissect that a little bit. Hold on now. When people tell me I have no love for something anymore, I say, you a lie. You know why I call you a lie? Because if you love something, you could never not love that thing anymore. You can have pain, and if you have hate towards something, okay, there's still love there, right? It's to hate something, you have to love it, okay? You've had to have loved it at some point. Now, it may not have turned into the love that you wanted it to be at that point in time, or what you wanted or planned for it to have been, because they misconstrued that sense of love and they fucked that all up, clearly. Okay, so yeah, you're hurt, and yeah, considering abusive mentally and emotionally, you're sitting here with this trauma that you've never gotten to say anything about. Allison says, he stole hair limbs my grandma left for me. I think that's why he's still on my mind. Okay, again, unresolved emotions. That's what it's so irritating when people say it. Trust me, I get it. But at the same time, my love, it's the truth of the matter. You have so much deep connection to all of these things. You have a deep connection to him. You have a deep connection to the home. You have a deep connection to your grandmother's things. These are all things that are now outside of your control. You can't get that house back. You can't get those heirlooms back. You can't get that relationship to go the way that it was. You can't get your feelings off. So guess what? That dream's coming and haunting you.
Absolutely. And that's what your mind is trying to allow you to let go of. You're trying to come to terms with it in your mind. But what's keeping you locked in is those heirlooms. That's why you're gonna run. But seeing those negative traits out there where other people were where he's verbally abusive, and I don't know if he was mentally abusive, emotionally abusive. When someone does that to you out into the real world, the thing is that you know what he meant to you, which is mental abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, all the abuses. When someone's doing that to you out in your waking life, you substitute their face for his, because that's the type of energy that you're trying to process through, because it's that PTSD. It's that reminder of what you felt like when you went through it with him. You loved him once upon a time. You hate him now. The reason you hate him so much is because you loved him once upon a time. You hate the fact that you trusted him. You hate the fact that you allowed these things to happen to you. We know when things are wrong for us, but if we continue to allow ourselves to go through it, you can no longer be mad at the person who's doing it, but be mad at the person who is sitting there letting it happen. We have to pull ourselves away from these types of things. And sometimes it takes time for us to realize that. But you are trying to process and trying to get past that abuse. And I would definitely suggest talking to a therapist, a spiritual advisor, things of that nature to get these things out. Those connections to those heirlooms, unfortunately, you're never going to get that back, but it's something you cannot let go.
You know what? And I have to say this because I'll probably be haunted all night if I don't. Grandma doesn't care about those heirlooms anymore. I'm gonna tell you that. She's happy that you are safe. That's more important to her than any of this other stuff. I'm not going to dabble too much more into that because we'll be getting into mediumship, but I can tell you if it gives you any peace of mind, and Journey will concur. She doesn't give a shit about them heirlooms.
It's not the heirlooms that she's worried about. She says you can always make new heirlooms. You can always make new family. You can always, have love. But honey, you're allowing something to tear you down. Remember, you can't take it with you when you leave. You can't take it with you when you leave. That's what she's saying. She was never attached to those things. Everybody else was. And she says that makes sense.
Yeah.
In order to hate something, you had to have passion for it. Passion, love, however you want to see it. When something happens that you don't care about, you don't hate it. You're just like, that's stupid. Why are you doing that? But if you have a love for something, and then someone does something stupid, and you're like, God, I hate that. There's a reason. There's a reason. Brooke says, Journey Ryan, every single time I catch you, I see you live. You have looked younger and younger, like you're going backwards. I really do mean that. You look good, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a secret. Shh. I've been here for thousands of years.
The vampire in a past life. That's why his skin is so translucent.
Now it's time. Now that I'm in my comfy clothes, and you're in your beautiful kimono, you guys gotta dress the part. It's the dream show. So, guys, this has been beautiful. And Allison says, I know she doesn't care about the heirlooms, but I do. Right.
We know.
She goes, and thank you. I do appreciate your time. We know that you care about it. Her saying that to you during a dream is letting you know that you shouldn't hold on to those things. If I didn't hold on to them, you shouldn't hold on to them either.
She's allowing you that freedom.
Yeah, she's giving you the chance to have that freedom. She says, thank you. I do appreciate your time. Absolutely, Allison. Anytime. We're always here for you. Guys, this has been a great show. We do appreciate you guys being here every time that we do this show. I get excited because it's the only show where we can wear jammies.
I love wearing my jammies.
I know, the only show that we can wear our jammies. But, guys, be here tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be here with Cassidy the Card Slinger, absolutely amazing reader. So, guys, if you have any of those psychic questions you'd like to get answers to, go ahead and check her out tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Guys, do know that if you guys have any questions that you guys would like to get to us, you can always head over to mypsychicconnection.com, where you get 3 free minutes for signing up, and you can talk to any of the psychics of your choice on there. All right. Cassidy says, that was great. Love you both. Back at you, girl. MG saying thank you. Blessings for both of you. And Brooke says, good stuff, y'all. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And she says, I'm serious. I need that secret. I'll have to tell you later. It's confidential. All right. MG giving us those beautiful emojis. Guys, have a beautiful night. And guys, we will let you guys know when the dream show comes back. This is our season finale for this show. But guys, it will be back. We'll see you guys all again soon.
Bye, guys.